You got a yes for me?
I got a yes right now. Hey, Eddie, where the papers at? Hey, where the papers at, Eddie?
All right.
I mean, I'm not gonna say like, oh, he's a bum, but why are you fighting a bum then?
Yeah,
You know
of
what I
course. Do you feel like Boots belongs on the top pound for pound right now?
mean? Not yet. I don't think so.
We keep Vergil Ortiz busy, and that's what it takes. Keep him busy.
He ain't ducking because he's scared. He ain't ducking because he's scared. Vergil ain't scared of no. I mean, I'm letting y'all know, Vergil ain't scared of no man. Oh yeah, I've been around Vergil. Vergil ain't scared of nobody.
Right after Vergil Ortiz Jr. delivered his explosive victory, the boxing world went silent with anticipation. Every fan and commentator focused on him, waiting for just one name to be spoken.
Boots, come over here.
Let's go, man.
All right, so that you answer the question. Is this the fight that you want next? Vergil Ortiz against Jaron Boots Ennis.
I think this is the fight that has to happen, man. I think this is it.
Ennis, the feared figure of the weight class, the so-called boogeyman, stood across from him in a wordless stare down just moments before. Everyone knew what was coming next. This matchup felt inevitable, the natural progression of things.
I told him not to go out there and play around. Go out there and make a statement. He made the statement.
He did. Now the pressure on every boxing fan's mind is going to be what name is next.
We wait. You heard what he said in the ring?
Call out everybody.
All right, there you go.
Ideally,
we don't care. We want whoever got them belts.
When Ortiz finally took a seat at the post-fight press conference, he didn't just change the subject. He flipped the entire conversation on its head. Instead of calling out the opponent everyone expected, he mentioned a completely different name. The move shocked fans and threw the welterweight scene into total disarray. Why sidestep the most obvious and dangerous challenger in favor of a so-called dream match that many now believe was a calculated strategic move, with top fighters like Charlo, Boots, and Errol Spence Jr. watching from ringside? The anticipation was intense. So when asked what he wanted next, Ortiz didn't pause, and his answer hit like a body blow to everyone who had been riding the Ennis momentum.
Charlo was ringside, Boots was here, we saw him in the ring, Spence was here and everything. A lot of the names that have circled you in the past were here to see you in this performance. What were your thoughts on them being here, and which one of them do you want next?
It doesn't matter who's next. If I had to pick, I'm gonna be honest, it would be Spence, because that's my dream fight. I've been calling it since
AT&T.
AT&T, there you go, at the Cowboy Stadium, and I just think that's my dream fight, and I don't care what anyone says about it.
He didn't just mention name as a possibility. He declared his dream matchup, a personal mission that's driven him ever since his first appearance at AT&T Stadium. Ortiz tried to cushion the statement with respectful, "I'll fight anyone. I just want the best," but his true intentions couldn't have been clearer. In that instant, Boots Ennis was no longer the headline. He was old news.
But anyone else, like I said, anyone can get it respectfully. I just want to fight the best. I'm just a competitive guy. Yeah.
It's the best fight in boxing. I think he did a great job. He looked good. But I'm going to show the world why I'm the best in the world. And I'm going to show his team. They've been talking all crazy. They've been talking crazy. And I'm going to back it up. And I'm going to show the world why I'm the best in the world. But like I said.
According to Ortiz, this wasn't just about chasing fame or a big payday. For him, it was something far more personal. He described the matchup as a full circle moment, a story that's been building for more than a decade. Both Vergil Ortiz Jr. and Errol Spence Jr. hail from Dallas. They didn't just share the same hometown. They came up through the very same gym. Ortiz even revealed that he once trained alongside Spence as a kid, barely 10 or 11 years old. For Ortiz, this fight isn't just another step in his career. It's about legacy. It's about making history. And it's about finally standing across from the man who once inspired him, right there in his own backyard.
I just saw Frank, and he said you guys are still working together, you and Frank?
Yeah, for sure.
You coming back, man?
I don't know.
No? But Frank, okay. But Frank said he's got some big plans for next year. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Not right now. I just, like you said, we have so many people right now, and I'm not knocking him as a future fight I see with him, for sure. You know, I give my opponents or future opponents props because it just makes me look better. You know?
Ortiz was caught up in imagining his dream matchup. There was still an unspoken tension in the air. one reporter finally asked the uncuffable question, bringing up Jaron Boots Ennis. Instantly, Ortiz's demeanor shifted. The fire in his voice faded, replaced with a calm, almost indifferent tone. When questioned about any potential weaknesses in Boots, Ortiz offered only a vague reply. Everyone has weaknesses. No follow-up, no detail, no real engagement. And then he made it clear where things stood. Calling Boots a future opponent rather than his next one. It wasn't a mistake or slip-up. It was a moment the subtle tension became an unmistakable public statement.
That's not a question for me. That's my manager right there. That's not my job.
I don't know how much money
No, the reason why I asked that is that, let's be real, the amount of money fighters make a lot of times determine if fights are gonna happen or not, right?
Yeah.
Because if fighters that, yo, I'm not gonna fight this guy for this much.
Yeah.
Or I need this much.
And I think it matters to a certain extent. You don't want to fight no one for free or whatever, which it's not gonna happen.
Right.
But I do think that people outprice themselves sometimes.
Yeah.
Whether it's to duck or whether they feel like they deserve more genuinely or what, I really don't know. But
Yeah, because people have value. You have value. I'm
Yeah.
worth a certain amount. Is there a number that you would say, nah, that's too low?
2 million.
That's too low.
Too low.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Just wanted to see, where you at.
Oscar, you said some things up there. You said some things up there that I think that some of the fans may get troubled by, because it's like, this fight is right here waiting to happen. Let's not talk about money. But money could become an issue here, right?
No, it actually can. I mean, look, this can be a great negotiation. Obviously, look, when I say it has to be favorable to Vergil, that's the obvious case. I mean, look at what he did. Look at who he is. Vergil Ortiz is the man. Having this fight in Las Vegas can be huge, but Vergil Ortiz has to be the favorite here when it comes to negotiations. And as long as they're favorable, we'll make the fight happen. There's no problem.
Oscar,
I think everybody wants to see the fight, so the money's not going to be an issue because there will be enough money in the pot.
The response from the boxing community came fast, and it hit hard. Fans, analysts, and content creators all erupted with opinions. Social media blew up, especially on Reddit, where discussions turned heated with claims that Ortiz was avoiding the most feared fighter in his weight class.
Vergil Ortiz had no plan to fight Boots Ennis. And I told you guys yesterday that Vergil Ortiz actually wants Errol the True Spence neck.
If I had to pick, I'm gonna be honest, it would be Spence, because that's my dream fight.
The problem with that is this guy has 2 car accidents, he had detached retina. Then he fights Bud Crawford. Now he's been out for about 3 years. He has separated from Derrick James. He doesn't even have a trainer. And we supposed to get hyped up for a possible bout with him and Vergil Ortiz. Vergil Ortiz just knocked out Erickson Lubin in the 2nd damn round. We'll like to see who Errol Spence trainer is. We'll like to see how well Errol Spence has recovered. And we'll like for him to dust off some cobwebs before he jump in the ring with Vergil Ortiz. It's no disrespect towards Errol the True Spence, but let's be practical here. We want the best to fight the best at their best.
The story practically wrote itself. Ortiz was dodging the one fighter who could really challenge him.
You think he wants the fight?
I don't think he want to fight right now. I don't think, because I'm looking at all the stuff coming up on the Instagram and all that stuff. Like he want to fight Spence. Spence, what did he say? He want to fight Spence. He didn't want to fight Boots at that time. So I don't know what they doing. He's not 100% sure that Vergil going to take the fight. You know what I mean? If not, we just going to move on. We're going to move on to, what's that? Fandora, another good fighter.
The impression quickly took hold that Vergil was all talk. When it came time to put his words to the test, he went after a fighter many consider past his prime, a shadow of his former self, Spence, instead of targeting the young, hungry, undefeated powerhouse that is Jaron Ennis.
I wouldn't take Spence fight. Why would you go after Spence? Spence ain't fought in like 3 years. Why would you do that?
Is he still a credible name, a big name? And to have that on your resume, I think only boosts his career.
Who, Spence? Yo, Spence still got a beautiful name, a big name, man. You know what I mean? But I would like the Spence to get in, get back into the boxing and get some few fights before you even think about fighting Spence. You know what I mean? Spence is another great fighter, man. You can't count him out. You know what I mean?
What makes this whole situation so striking is the sheer hypocrisy. For weeks, Vergil Ortiz and his promoter Oscar de la Hoya, had been publicly criticizing Boots Ennis, insisting that he was the one avoiding the fight and holding up negotiations. They positioned themselves as the fearless pursuers, only to be blocked at every turn. Yet now, when the fight finally becomes possible, the roles are completely reversed, and the turnaround is impossible to ignore.
Roy, are we getting this fight with Jaron Boots Ennis next?
I don't see no way in the world that you go off. You actually told Boots to come up here. You called Boots up there. You understand? So all that you talk about in that post-fight press conference, don't nobody want to hear that. You told the nation when they could see it. Because see, a lot of people couldn't see the post-fight press conference. But people saw the interview right after the fight. You told us that the man already told you, hey, it's time. You told us that's what was next. If you avoid that and don't do that, you're going to lose a lot of respect from a lot of people. And I might be one of them. Because you acted like...
You talking about Vergil Ortiz.
You better believe it. You act like you was up for the challenge. Everybody knows that it's, like Boots said, it's time for him. Everybody wants to see Boots against a real opponent. Vergil, you're peaked right now. You're the best option to make us, to let us figure out all the answers that we want to know about Boots Ennis. And you're going to go say about Errol Spence and somebody else? We don't want to hear that. I definitely don't want to hear that. You told us on national TV after the fight that you wanted to do exactly what that man said. That man told you, well, that's what I want to see. I don't want to see you do nothing else right now. You can come back and go to Earl later. You can come back and go to Crawford later if Crawford chooses to do that. But what I want to see right now is the two best dream middleweights on the horizon fight. It's two undefeated guys who are equal. Don't run from that smoke, bruh. Don't run from that smoke. Let's make that happen.
Fans are digging up those old interviews, and it's fueling perception that Team Ortiz was either dishonest before or is being dishonest now. With the Ducker label now firmly attached, Ortiz's camp has rushed into damage control, but their efforts are only adding to confusion.
Hey, yo, what's going on, y'all, man? Peace to the family. Listen, I did see the report or the tweet that Dan Raphael put out about the Zone not being interested in making the Vergil Ortiz versus what's the main man name? Errol Spence fight. And I think that's a good thing. They said that they are only interested in making the Jaron Boots Ennis fight. Because it appears that, you know, Team Ortiz, Vergil Ortiz, his promoter, Oscar de la Hoya, his manager, Rick, and Robert, and his dad, their entire team, it appears that they are trying to, they don't want this fight. And they want to try to fight Errol Spence, who haven't fought in over 2.5 years, and a guy that's inactive coming off a knockout loss, instead of fighting the guy who you said has been ducking you. So the guy named Jaron Boots Ennis pulled up to your fight, got in the ring, and pretty much was face to face with you. So y'all can make that fight happen now.
Okay, Vergil style tailor-made for Boots? All the styles are tailor-made for Boots. But like I said, y'all didn't see nothing yet, man. You know what I mean? I told you don't go out there and play. Make a mistake, like I told you. He's much better at 154, right? Yeah. Oh yeah. Hell, what? He had 147 for what? 10 years, man. 10 years. It was about time. He only 28. About time to move on.
The narratives are completely inconsistent. In some clips, Vergil Ortiz claims he already agreed to the Boots fight and that any holdup isn't on him. A statement that directly clashes with his earlier, very public dream fight remarks. At the same time, his manager, Rick Merrigan, is attempting to reframe the situation as part of a sprawling, complex new tournament.
Manager's talking all crazy, Oscar's talking crazy. It's the time, and I'm gonna make you pay for everything they saying. Straight like that.
Ain't nobody's gonna pay over here.
I'm gonna make you pay.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I guarantee you, and we can bet whatever. I guarantee you.
I don't want to take your money away, bro. I'm not betting.
You ain't gonna take nothing. Nah. You ain't gonna take nothing. I guarantee you, we can bet any amount of money. When we fight, I guarantee you, I'm gonna win.
He suggested a double feature. Ortiz taking on Spence and Boots facing Charlo, with the winners meeting afterward. Is this a brilliant marketing strategy designed to hype two huge fights at once? Or is it simply a convoluted way to dodge the one matchup fans are clamoring for right now?
There wasn't much to evaluate. I just capitalized on his mistakes. Just took as much information as I could and used it.
On social media, said you weren't going to be here, but you're here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I'm letting everybody know this. This is the fight that I want next. You know.
So let me address something that Robert Garcia has said this week. Robert Garcia has been telling people that you don't really, want to fight Vergil Ortiz next? That you actually want one more fight in between before you face Vergil? How the Vergil fight, if he wins tonight, is that the fight you want next?
I don't know where he getting that stuff from, saying I need another fight, and I don't want to fight. He the same guy that said 2 weeks ago, I hope we come down here and build the fight up. So I'm down here, we came down here on our own. They didn't invite us, and we came down here on our own, so we showing y'all that we really want to fight. That's right.
And so, we're left with nothing but chaos and contradictions. A young, undefeated fighter publicly sidesteps his toughest rival to chase a dream matchup with his childhood hero. Meanwhile, his management team spins elaborate tournament plans, sidestepping the simple, hard question: why not face Boots next? It all comes down to one pressing question. Is Vergil Ortiz Jr. genuinely pursuing a personal dream? Or is this a calculated business move to dodge his most dangerous challenge while going after an older, more marketable, and potentially safer opponent?
Oh, that's all I'm saying, man. You know, make him earn it. If I was Vergil Ortiz, I will make Boots earn it. Oh, it looked good for a minute. Yeah. You see how they set that up? I can't stand, because that's not business. I can't stand when a man get done defeating another man and then another person step in the ring like I'm next. I can't stand that, man. Boxing ain't no damn WWE. I can't stand that type of stuff, man. You can't even enjoy your victory. You just got done whooping ass, and now you gotta look at another man in his face like, man, I ain't even thinking about you. I can't stand when they do that. I know it's good and glitz and glam for the camera and the fans at home going crazy and stuff. Oh yeah, oh they about to. No, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. You know, as you can see. So, is it fair to say, oh, Vergil ducking? Vergil ain't ducking cause he ain't scared. He ain't ducking because he's scared. He ain't ducking because he's scared. Vergil ain't scared of no. I mean, I'm letting y'all know, Vergil ain't scared of no man. Oh yeah, I've been around Vergil. Vergil ain't scared of nobody.
That wraps up today's video. If you like what you saw, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future content. We'd also love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.